I'm at Auckland Airport on the last day of my trip, and I'm about to fly home back to the UK. So I'm getting back tomorrow, and I'm very conscious that I haven't done a video diary in quite a while. And so I thought I should do one video diary just before I leave New Zealand. I'm sure I'll do a final one once I'm back in the UK again. But I think the last time I did one, I was going to be doing a talk to transition to Maroon, which I did a bit last minute, but it all came together. And it went really well, and there were over 30 people there, and it was kind of buzzing, and I found out loads more about other initiatives going on all around New Zealand, which was fantastic. Unfortunately, I was then off the radar for about 2 weeks, having been struck down with Giardia, which I think is a waterborne illness, bacteria, and I think I must have got it when I was either on a tramp or kayaking and drunk some dodgy water. So that wasn't so nice. I won't go into the detail. But in terms of all of the different people that I've met while I've been here, so I've been in New Zealand for the longest out of anywhere on the trip, 2.5 months, and just met some absolutely incredible organisations while I've been here and had the most amazing time. It's just such a lovely country and lovely people, and I'm fairly in love with it here. But I think I'd started meeting with some people already last time I wrote, but there's lots of organisations like Generation Zero and Spiral, Inspiring Stories, who I've met, Conscious Consumers, Student Volunteer Army and Ministry of Awesome in Christchurch, Zealandia doing conservation work in Wellington, the Sustainability Trust, the Nelson Environment Centre, and so it goes on. And I just this morning met with Sustainable Coastlines as the final organisation of the trip. So there's so many people doing so many great things here. I wrote a blog a few weeks ago on my perspectives on environmental issues and kind of action on them in New Zealand, and so you can read that on the blog. But to summarise, and I'm repeating basically what almost everyone I've spoken to has said. New Zealand has this reputation of being very clean and green. But everyone says it's simply because it's a very low population, it's 4 million people, and if the population was a lot higher, it definitely wouldn't be so clean and green. So unfortunately, that image is not quite as everyone would like it to be. But having said that, I feel like there is just so much potential here because they've got, there's the base for creating really great cultural change here. Everyone, there's so much access to nature and the natural world. There's, with the Maori culture, there's a real respect for the environment, and that's kind of been fostered quite a lot. So I definitely feel like here is somewhere more than maybe more than any of the other countries I've been to, although I have spent the longest here, so I maybe shouldn't say that. I might say the same if I'd spent longer somewhere else. But it does feel like there's so much potential for being that, creating the changes necessary to actually be a sustainable society, which is what I've been all about looking into. I think the biggest organisation for me that I got really excited about was Inspiring Stories, who I met with Guy, the CEO, just a few days ago, and he's just won Young New Zealander of the Year, and they just found out a few days previous to our meeting that they were going to be getting lots of money from the government, or some money from the government, to roll out more around youth social enterprise. So those sorts of things are what I'm kind of really tuning into for the potential for real change here. And it does feel a bit like, having met with him just a few days ago, it's kind of come full circle, having left student hubs back in the UK, who are all about helping to create future leaders who are thinking about sustainability and social issues, to meeting Guy here with Inspiring Stories, who's doing exactly the same thing in a slightly different way in a different context. So that's quite cool. So I think the works are going to have quite a lot to do when I get back to the UK with coming up with a summary of sort of everything that I've done and people that I've met and things that I've seen, and trying to distill some key messages out of there. Put together a video because I've been trying to get lots of videos of different people, and so that's going to be an interesting one, having not really done video before. And I'm also going to get back in touch with everyone I've met on the trip, and just connect people together where it's relevant to, see if there's any more follow-up to be done at all, and offer to do some presentations around the UK to share what I've learned and things. So not too much, and besides that, I've kind of got to get back into the sustainability space in the UK and find myself something new to do, get some money in my bank again, and of course seeing all my friends and family and colleagues, and got a hen do and 2 weddings to go to in the next 4 weeks. So busy ahead. Okay.